Mr Chair. Mr Chair, Ministry of Social Development, I looked at their website and it says that the Ministry is there to help people be successful in their lives. It says that the Ministry's role is to help New Zealanders to be safe, strong and independent. And my colleague Sue Moroney and Jan Logie, who's also traversed some of this territory, have talked about how inequality and poverty are denying many New Zealanders the opportunity to be successful in their lives, the core aim of the Ministry of Social Development. I want to talk about another issue that limits the ability of people in this country to be successful in their lives, for them to be safe, strong and independent. And those are issues to do with domestic and sexual violence. Issues of sexual and domestic violence deny many the opportunity to be successful in their lives. And there are huge costs associated with that violence. And there are barriers that then are put in the way of people actually going about living their life. And obviously in the extreme circumstances, people lose their lives, so they cannot continue to go on and be successful in their life. And we have a serious problem in this country. We have a serious problem with the level of violence that we see against our people, particularly women and children. And I just thought it would be worth noting some of those things. Last week we had the Independent Family Violence Death Review Committee report come out, and they looked at deaths between 2009 and 2012, so over a 3-year period. 47% of those deaths were family violence deaths, that in nearly all of those circumstances someone was killed by their partner and there was a known history of abuse. 37 children died. 37 of our children died. And 77 children were present when a parent or a sibling died in their home. These people are not going to be able to live successful lives. Their lives have been cut short by other people's violence. And also, the chair of that committee said, and I think this is just so chilling, she said that the reviews that she read that were the most difficult for her to read were the ones where a woman is clearly fighting for her life. And this is a quote: "She sees that she is going to die, and she is actively taking every action she possibly can to save her life. She's contacting the police, she's telling the landlords, she's telling neighbours, she's telling friends, and we are not providing her with effective help." That is just absolutely chilling. And it's not just domestic violence. 1 in 3 women in this country experience intimate partner violence, sexual or domestic violence, during the course of their lifetime. 1 in 3. These figures are just horrendous. And so, Mr Chair, I think we need to be seriously looking at what is happening here and what should be done. And again, as well as the Family Violence Death Review Committee report last week, the week before I think it was, we had the first of the Glen Inquiry reports, 500 interviews with people who have lived in violent situations. There's loss of life, I've talked about that, but there's also other costs. The loss of people's potential, the loss of potential for a child, one of those 77 children who's witnessing a sibling or a parent being killed by somebody else that potentially they love, another member of their family, the loss, the impact that that has on that child, and the loss of their potential, and the loss of opportunity for them to go on and live in this country to their full potential, rather than, in fact, going into a situation, and all too commonly, where a cycle of abuse is created. That's a real cost to us as well. For some, it's even a loss of freedom, the freedom to go about their life, the freedom to engage with who they want to go and do their job, whatever. These are costs. These are real costs on individuals. And some of them are, as I say, intergenerational. I've been on the Social Services Select Committee and listened to people who've come and talked to us. And Melissa Lee has done a very good job of chairing that committee. But this is preventable. This violence is preventable, and the government has not done enough, and there needs to be more.
I call Carol Beaumont. Oh, sorry, Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And after Carol's speech, I just